This is my first story and my very first time making a video like this. I really hope you enjoy it, and I promise to improve for part two.
Rosa opens her eyes. Pain stabs through her head. She doesn't know how she got there, how old she is, or who she is. Only one word rings in her mind like a persistent echo. Rosa. That is her name. As she stands up, her initial panic gives way to a survival instinct. The forest is beautiful. A crackle breaks the silence. A nightmarish creature lunges at her. Rosa runs, her heart hammering in her throat. She is cornered. She closes her eyes expecting the end, but throws up her hands in a reflex action. Suddenly, the air fractures. A vortex of light swallows her and spits her violently into another part of the forest. She hits the ground, unhurt but terrified. Where did that portal come from? Walking aimlessly, Rosa hears the sound of water. Pushing some branches aside, her breath catches. It is a sanctuary untouched by the forest's brutality. In the center stands a titanic tree pulsing with warm energy. She feels drawn to it, as if it were calling her name. Placing her hand upon the bark, an electric shock jolts down her spine. Her mind is bombarded by visions of a dying world. Glass buildings collapsing, sirens wailing, an obscured sky. Humanity on the brink of extinction. She drops to her knees, sobbing for a loss she has only just remembered. How long has it been since humanity disappeared? She wonders. The tree, as if possessing a will of its own, reacts to her grief. Its roots ignite, forming a golden pathway into the dense brush. Confused, yet guided by a strange confidence, Rosa follows it. After walking for half an hour, she discovers imposing ruins, devoured by nature. An echo of what humans used to be. The interior is a silent labyrinth. After wandering, she reaches a central chamber. There, preserved through the years, rests an ancient tome. As she takes it, the room temperature plummets. Overwhelmed by sudden paranoia and fear of the dark, Rosa clutches the book and flees without looking back.
Rosa arrived at the throne room, and a magical energy took hold of her, and from her, a portal opened.
As night falls, she sets up a crude camp. By the heat of the fire, she opens the book. The pages recount the story of the Great Eclipse. 1,000 years ago, the sun mysteriously disappeared, fracturing the world. The flora and fauna mutated to survive. But what unsettles her most is the final chapter. Some humans didn't die. They evolved, developing abilities beyond understanding. The book doesn't say where they went. Rosa closes the tome, staring at her own hands. If this morning's portal wasn't an accident, were those her powers? She lifts her gaze toward the forest's darkness. She is no longer afraid. She has a goal to find the others.
Morning light brings with it a new determination. Rosa needs to understand the portal that saved her life yesterday. She closes her eyes and searches for that energy within her. She feels it crackling in her veins, but it is rebellious. When she attempts to open a portal, the energy accumulates, dense and heavy. Suddenly, the tension breaks. No path opens. Instead, a projectile of pure violet force shoots from her hands. The impact launches her to the ground. Rosa looks at her trembling hands. She can't just escape, she can destroy. She spends the next few hours trying to tame the violet fire. It is like trying to hold water between her fingers. She discovers that the magic does not obey her logical mind, but rather her emotions. Adrenaline, frustration, and fear are the fuel. However, she has no control over the intensity or the form. It is a double edged sword, powerful, yes, but unstable. She could defend herself or she could harm herself. The noise of her practice has not gone unnoticed in this relentless ecosystem. While she traverses a gorge, instinct warns her of danger. A group of mutated scavengers corners her. They are fast, coordinated, and hungry. This time there is no room to retreat, and concentration to create a portal is impossible with her heart beating 1,000 miles per hour. She has no choice but to fight, even though she doesn't know how. The beasts lunge. Without thinking, driven by pure panic, Rosa lets terror flood her body and release the dam of her energy. An explosion of light rips through the air. That impact sweeps the creatures away, leaving them stunned and forcing them to flee in terror. But the cost is high. The magic burns her veins as if she had swallowed fire. She falls exhausted. It is too much power for a human body that barely remembers who it is. Her power is a wild predator sleeping in her own hands. She needs answers. She needs someone to teach her not to consume herself. Seeking comfort in the book, a secret hidden between the pages falls at her feet. It is a map, and the ink glows with the same light that runs through her blood. The book does not just tell the past, it is showing her the future. As the first stars appear on the horizon, Rosa traces the route in the sky. True survival is just beginning. Rosa remained motionless, letting the silence of the night envelop her thoughts. Her hands still held a faint tingling, that electric trail left by space magic every time she managed to tear, if only for an instant, the fabric of reality. It was a strange blend of physical exhaustion and an euphoria that wouldn't let her close her eyes. Today hadn't been just any day. Today, the void had answered her. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It would really help us keep the story going.